Eric staggered down the dark tunnel toward his hidden underground home in the bowels of the Paris Opera House. Christine's passionate words reverberated through him, his battered heart and mind rendering him as clumsy as a man at sea during a storm. First, his mind rang with her words after last night's performance, when she had seen an old friend in attendance. "He's even more handsome than when I saw him last. I'm quite beside myself with the hope that we can reignite our youthful love." At the time, he was sure these words would stop his heart, choke off his breath. And then, this morning, when Eric, heartbroken, had come to her again and released her to take up her new relationship, she had shocked him. She had wept, had pleaded. "I can't bear never to hear your voice again. Stay with me. I cannot bestow my heart to any earthly love when I have already given it to you. Stay with me, I beg you." Hearing the words in his mind again, he pressed his hand to the wall of the tunnel to steady himself, then lifted his other hand to his tear-streaked cheek. Closing his eyes, he again saw the tears on Christine's face as she swore her love oath to him. Her tears, her anguished expression, her imploring gestures, had persuaded him of her sincerity. His thin lips curled into a tentative smile, and he pressed his moistened fingers against his mouth. The optimism of his thoughts, as well as his smile, faded by the time he lowered himself to the third basement level. The despair that had plagued him the previous night threatened to return. She did not swear her love to me, to Eric, the man. She swore it to that abominable creation, the angel of music. She may as well have sworn it to my other, more frivolous persona, the opera ghost. The deception of his role as Christine's angel of music pressed fresh misery into his breast as a physical ache. And yet, what else could he have done but take on the role once Christine had cast him in it? He remembered all too clearly the shrunken and grief-tormented girl Christine had been when first she came to the opera house. Her beloved father's recent death and the resultant sorrow within which she wallowed had stolen her voice, and her passion for living along with it. She had no friends among the chorus girls, who, having been rebuffed in their overtures to the unhappy girl, had resorted to mocking her, saying she sang like a crock. And eventually, the music mistress had threatened to dismiss Christine, and had given her only a 3-month probation within which to improve, or be struck from the rolls of the National Academy of Music. He could not allow that to happen. Not to Christine, to his beloved Christine. Why, oh why, did I let myself come to love her? Why did I not remember the lesson my own life has beaten into me, that trust and love always lead to pain? But he knew the answer, even as his mind asked the question. It was her unhappiness and psychic pain that had drawn him to her, that had made him first conceive of the idea that they were kindred souls, each wounded by circumstances, each crippled and deformed by the cruelties of life. On the terrible day she was threatened with expulsion from the opera house, she had been so desolate, weeping in the privacy of her dressing room. He had broken his rule of absolute silence within the opera house, had spoken to her, sung to her from his dark tunnel. He had only meant to comfort her. When she brightened and smiled, a rare enough expression in those days, his defenses had crumbled. And when she asked in shining, tremulous tones if he was the angel of music sent to her from heaven by her father, what else could he have done? Denied her? Crushed the fragile blossom of hope that shone in her eyes? No, indeed not.